Welcome back to another episode of Bagged Milk. I'm your host, Brian Bridges, and thanks for fucking tuning in. This show is based on your participation and me and my random fucking thoughts. So, with just me, it's pretty good. It's top 10 for sure. But with you, we could get top 3. So I need you. And you need me. So let's get it together. Okay? Let's get our shit together and get it together. I'm putting in all this effort for you guys. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I love it. And I love doing it for you. And for me, I love doing it. This is, this is my podcast. I do what I think is funny, and then hopefully you guys think it's funny. I have like 3 awake hours a day available for this. 3 awake hours. Not even. I have 3 awake hours at home. Just 3. Just 3. And I know some of you are out there and be like, I wish I had 3 hours at home each day. I'm not home every day. I get you, fam. I've been there. Did done that. Did done that. I did it. I've been there. I've been on jobs that I've been sent away, and I hated it. I hated that job. It's one thing to not be home. It's another thing to leave your home for a job you absolutely despise, where the entire time it's breaking down your body and mind, and you still have to do it because that's what pays the bills. So I did dare done that. I did dare done that. So don't don't I don't want to see any posts saying I wish I had 3 hours a day, because I've I've spent my time away from my fam. I did dare done that, and I'm not gonna do it again unless it's a lot of money and a job you like. If you like the job and it's good money, sure, they'll be all right. But why would you want to leave your family for a job you hate? You don't. No one wants to, unless you hate your family. Then that's a different story altogether. Hate your family, hate your job, you're in a bad spot, you should probably talk to someone. Not me, though. Well, I'm saying you could talk to me, but I'm I'm not a specialist. It's probably better for you to talk to someone else. Though, if you feel comfortable, sure, I guess, reach out. I'll tell you to talk to someone else. But I'm here, I guess. So, anyway, I have 3 awake hours. Boom, boom, back. 3 awake hours a day that I have to do this. Let me take this drink before I tell this story. So, today's whiskey is brought to us by, oh my fucking god. It's apple. Oh, oh my god. Famous bourbon. I'm blanking out. I'm a fucking retard right now. Oh, bourbon. Why am I blanking? Oh my god. First thing, so rusty. First thing getting going. Um, it's a famous one too. Jim Beam, man. Fuck. Jim Beam's apple bourbon. Wow, I'm a piece of shit. I use Jim Beam for cooking in my bourbon chicken. Well, it's not my bourbon chicken, it's Danny's bourbon chicken, but she uses the Jim Beam. Today we got Jim Beam apple whiskey through Whiskey Wizards. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first things first, I got 3 hours. Fuck, are we ever going to get through this story? Holy shit, she's a long one. I got 3 hours a day awake. I come home. I work out every single day. At least 6 days a week, if not 7. They're not long workouts, but they're workouts every single day, at least a half an hour. And then I get sweaty. I got to shower. I got to smoke weed. Have to. And then I got to eat. And then there's not much left. That's it. So how much? 3 hours. I got to work out, shower, eat, smoke, fuck the old lady. That takes up the most time. I'm not no 2-pump chump. 3, 4. Easy. No problems. Every time. Well, depends on how excited I get. But, typically I like to make it last. Unless time constraints. Pump it out. I can do what I want. I'm the master of my own domain. But I don't have a lot of time. And I still do this for you guys. I put this out into the world for you to enjoy. And for me. I listen to it. I get some chuckles. It's funny. I think it's funny. Some of it, I think it's funny. But I'm doing it all for you. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Go to your podcast app. Rate this shit 5-star. Leave a little blurb. Little sign in. Fantastic. Random. It's great. Says stupid shit. Love it. Don't care what you write. Positive, though. Leaving a semi-example of what you think the show is about and say why you love it. Great. Awesome. Perfect review. Go to YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the little bell. You get the automatic alerts every single time I upload an episode. You'll want that. You're going to need that because you want to stay in the know. If you want to be part of Bag Mill, you gotta keep up to date because we're just moving. We're just moving along. We're not sitting still in one spot very, very long. No, not at all. Not at all. Fuck. We can barely get through one story. You see how long it took me to tell you the 3-hour long story? Man. So, we bounce around. We keep it interesting. We keep it interesting. Interesting. Extraterrestrial. Interesting. So, how's your week? My week was full of stuff as usual. I'm fucking keeping it popping. And this is what's going on. Last week for me, first of the week was a little hard. It was my brother's birthday. We're going to get serious for about 2.5 seconds. It was my brother's birthday. My brother passed away in 2008. That's 2008, not 1908. 2008, 2008. The way he died was very sudden. No, it wasn't a car accident. No, it wasn't an overdose, but it was drug related. My brother committed suicide. Very troubled by drugs. Not fucking weed, cocaine, hydromorphs, pills, all types of things. All things that were known to cause serious depressions when you weren't on them. So some people when people die, they take it pretty hard. And I did. When he died, I took it pretty hard. Lost 10 pounds that day. My beard went gray. I don't know if you've seen my beard before. Check Instagram. I'm sure there's pictures. But it went gray that day. It was a hard one. But I don't live my life in regret too much. I don't look back and think of the sadness and how the fact that he's gone. I think about the 25 years I did have with him and how no one can take those away from me. Nobody. Those are there and those are there forever. Memories get a little foggy and I wish we would have took some pictures, videos, but they're still there. And it's it's great to remember those, not the sad shit. It's the happy shit. That's the reason I have a candle here. I light it, and we share our J's together. It's symbolic. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know about you. Maybe it's a bit fucked up, but I don't, I don't, I don't think that anyone that thinks that you share a moment with a loved one, if they think that's bad, they crazy and they can go fuck off. Yeah, I'm just saying. So happy birthday to Nick Bridges, May 19th. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now, onto the onto the fucked up stuff. Not fucked up, just onto the show. I had to get that one out of the way. A little serious, but we gotta say it. So, Rainbow Brite got released from prison, aka a rap boy, aka Little Nickel, as he was under 50 Cent, but he ain't worth even a nickel, aka Little Penny, aka Canadian Penny, worth less, aka piece of shit. Anyway, Tekashi 69 came out of jail. This guy is a former rapper, Rainbow Brite superstar, My Little Pony former cast member, and this guy was a former gang member, Bloods, Crips. I'm not 100% Bloods, I believe. And this motherfucker ratted out everybody. Look, I mean, everybody. Anybody he could rat out, he was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. How many would you like? He's just fucking flapping gums faster than a fucking race car. Than a race car with jet fuel. A race car with jet fuel with a space shuttle engine. That's how fast his lips were flapping. Fast. This motherfucker, he comes out of jail witness protection. Witness protection. This motherfucker, he's sporting guns in his video, and he's bouncing with all his homies, and he's in witness protection, 'cause his ratting ass mouth. Are you serious? And the gall of this kid. I don't know if he's just a baby. I don't know how old this motherfucker is, but he's got some gall. One, he's coming out. He did a rap video right away. It's smart. I'm not gonna hate on him for doing a rap video right away. Smart. Still a piece of shit, but that's what I would do. Well, you gotta try, and it blew up. So apparently, there's a lot of piece of shits out there that love rats. So be careful of that. Because these are rap fans. These are rap fans. You ain't getting country fans coming over listening to 6ix9ine and thinking, yeah, man, this the shit. I like ratting. No, these are your fellow rap fans. The ones that have been listening for rap the whole time and know that snitches get stitches. They know the rules, and yet they blew this motherfucker's video up to like #1 of all time, to like how many hits in a day or some shit. I forget. It blew the fuck up. Like 5 million hits. I don't know, man. And now I found out he's got another track coming out with Nicki Minaj. What the fuck? So Nicki's cool with him. Oh yeah, just a rat face bag piece of shit. But yeah, I guess Nicki Minaj is cool, even though he's calling out Snoop Dogg. Calling out Snoop Dogg's wife. This guy's gonna get himself fucking. How is he still alive? The whole system is broken. Snitches get stitches. Not snitches get riches. When was that? When did that happen? What kind of punk ass rap are we listening to now when they're like, snitches get riches, gotta rat your boys, get your fucking papers down on them, you get your toys. I don't know, man. I'm not a rapper. As you can see, I'm not a rapper. If I was a rapper, I'd rap. Instead, I do podcasts. Hopefully we do that well. But this piece of shit doing videos. If you listen, look, I listened to it. I'm a piece of shit. I had to. This is what happened. I'm part of that 5 million. Why did I listen to it? It's like this. You ever drive by a car accident? A train wreck? And not once deter your face from the road? You're a liar. You're a cocksucking, filthy liar. Liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Stick your nose on a telephone wire. Liar. You've looked. You've rubbernecked. You've checked around your shoulder. You probably slowed right down and take a couple fucking pictures. That's exactly what's going on right here. This motherfucker's a train wreck. And I had to see the damage. I can't believe myself. I feel filthy about it. I feel filthy. It's like when you pull the pud and you stick 2 fingers up your butt this time, but then when you're done, you're like, 2 was too many. You're filthy. It's like that. It's like that. I didn't like myself after, but it happened. What am I going to do? But I feel like that's the only reason he got his numbers. I'm hoping is everyone just wants to see what this fucking train wreck sounded like. Because I have to have some faith in the human world that this piece of shit just can't go on. Can't. There's not this many people that are parading this rat-faced cunt. They can't be. Not in my earth. I can't. I refuse to believe it. And just going forward, just please, just remove the name Takashi 669. Just call him Rainbow Brite, My Little Pony extras, whatever. Just fuck that guy. Remove him from your vocabulary. Don't support his shit. Not because he was helping. Some of you, well, he was helping government officials stop some serious crimes. This guy was committing the crimes, and he just ratted out everyone else so he didn't get time for his crimes. I'm all for justice, but the police didn't catch those guys. They caught him. Let him do his time for his crimes, and then let the police catch the other fellows. That's what the police are for. Just don't be ratting out your bros. They used to be bros. I have no faith in humanity if you cannot hold your word. Scarface said it best. 2 things in this world. I have my word and I have my balls. And I don't break either of them for nobody. So nobody or no one. Doesn't matter. Point still stands. Piece of fucking shit. That's fucking tasty. Probably hear the ice is going. That's right. Whiskey on ice. Sounds like a musical. Whiskey on ice. That's me skating. I can't skate. Also this week, big news for me. Lots of big news for me. This is a big news week. Some of these things you might not know anything about. But you're going to learn because these are important things to me. And in case you didn't realize, This is my show. So check in, listen up. Just because you don't like this section, uh, don't turn it off. Just stay. These don't last too long before we jump into the next one. So relax. Sit the fuck down. Get your hand off the stop button and listen up. I'm gonna school you a little bit in some movies, okay? Snyder Cut's coming. This is a big fucking day for me. 3 years. 3 motherfucking years. I've been waiting on this. Snyder Cut of the Justice League. So if you don't know anything about this, I'll school you. Pay attention. I have no problem schooling you on the Snyder Cut of Justice League. I'm going to go through this quickly though, because this could get long. Justice League was released by a gentleman named by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon wasn't the original director. Zack Snyder was. Zack Snyder's filmed Man of Steel, Part 1 Superman. Justice League and Batman vs. Superman. Justice League came about. He pretty much had it filmed. Super dark film. WB didn't like that. His daughter committed suicide. WB found this the perfect time to give him the boot, as he wanted to take time away from the film. They said they didn't want to wait for the film to be wait for him to come back for the film to be finished. They brought in a new director. The new director basically changed the entire film and put out a Marvel version of Justice League. And when I say a Marvel version, Joss Whedon did Age of Ultron, Avengers. Probably the shittiest Avengers of all time. Joss Whedon made Batman smile. He made him tell jokes. They made lame sexual references that were cheesy. They made stupid lines. They just completely changed everything. The villain was different. The CGI was different. Everything was different. Snyder's cut, Batman is dark. Batman kills. Batman doesn't make funny faces. He doesn't crack jokes. Darkseid was supposed to be in it. The main villain, the secondary villain, Stephen Wolf, was the primary villain in the first, but supposed to be a secondary in the original, but also looked completely different and more badass in the Snyder Cut. So it's coming. 3 years fans have been bugging Warner Brothers. 3 years fans have been bugging Warner Brothers. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut. As soon as people found out, 3 years. People attacked the fans. Told us it didn't exist. We're a bunch of losers. It never existed. This is the way it was always supposed to be. That's me laughing now. That's pretty evil. Sounds kind of evil. Kind of hot. I like it. But it's coming. HBO Max next year. The thing is with this, it sets up the whole tone of the DC universe. If you're a DC fan, this could be exciting. If you're not a DC fan, this is a good time to become one, because shit's about to get really good. Justice League was supposed to set up a trilogy. That trilogy never happened. It was supposed to be so dark. Wonder Woman would have been murdered. Lois Lane would have been murdered. Cyborg torn in half. Just debilitated Justice League. The whole nightmare scene from Batman vs. Superman, if you watched it, you would know Flash came back in time to tell Batman some things. And showed what the future would look like if it didn't happen. Well, that happens. So Darkseid converts Superman to evil using the anti-life equation because he killed Lois Lane. He had nothing else to live for, and basically takes over the world. And Batman, Flash, and a torn-up Cyborg are the only ones left to save it. So they send Flash back in time to tell Bruce. We never got to see any of that. But if we all tune in for this Justice League, we might. We got Robert Pattinson as a young Batman. Sure, that's fine. I'm cool with that because we can still have old Ben Affleck as old Batman. That's cool. I'm fine. You can have this is DC. This isn't Marvel. This isn't Marvel. We can have a non-linear storyline and make it good because that's kind of what DC's famous for. They're not famous for running one storyline and trying to make that good. No. They're famous for running many storylines at the same time and making them all good. One storyline is fine. One. It's cool. Marvel. It's fine. Runs pretty linear. You had one jump back with Captain Marvel. But but that's it. Like all your heroes in Marvel seem to have just gotten their films or powers in this day and age. Where's all your old superheroes? Like Captain America got his way back, sure, but he got frozen until this new day. Iron Man, same. Incredible Hulk, same. Doctor Strange, same. All of them. All of them. None of them have it. Silver Surfer. Uh, Scarlet Witch. Quicksilver. Same. New. All new. They're all new superheroes. Where DC has already rooted the fact that these guys have just existed. They've been here. Batman's been around a long time. He's been old Batman. So obviously, he can be young Batman. Unfortunately, with Iron Man, you can't make a young Iron Man because he just never was. They didn't plan ahead. DC's planning ahead. You may not think it, but they are. I've been calling the exact same story for 3 years, and it's all playing out as it should. As it should. Because DC is the best. I love Marvel. But I like my shit dark, just like the real world. Clone Wars season finale came back. Do you know anything about that? Again, if you don't know, stay tuned. Don't shut it off. Don't hit the stop button. Keep going. We'll get back out there. Just doing a couple little reviews, and we'll get back out there. Clone Wars season finale. Wasn't a big fan of Clone Wars in general. Clone Wars for Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's the animated new Disney Plus final season. So when Disney bought Star Wars way back, there was a Clone Wars series. It just ended abruptly because Disney bought it. Netflix quickly threw out a final season, lost episodes, trying to fill in the gaps, but it was not very well done. This final season is fucking amazing. For one reason, I think. It's just the last 4 episodes are amazing because I think it's going to lead into Mandalorian. And if you haven't seen Mandalorian, stop what you're doing, go to Disney Plus and watch Mandalorian. If you've never watched Star Wars ever, that's fine. You'll get it. You'll get into it. This is your first step. If you've never ventured into a Star Wars film and you just felt like it was just, you just wouldn't be able to pick it up, pick up Mandalorian. You don't need to know any other characters whatsoever, but it's a good starting point. If you enjoy this, branch out to the rest. Final seasons of Clone Wars set up season 2, I believe, of Mandalorian. Because Darth Maul is in the last season of Clone Wars. Darth Maul is the leader of the crime syndicates. Darth Maul was the leader of the crime syndicates on Mandalore. Mandalore got taken siege of by the Empire. The head guy that took siege had the Dark Saber. You'll remember this Dark Saber. that showed up in the very last episode of season 1 of The Mandalorian by that general. Now, if that general has that dark saber and he knows about Mandalore, I'm going to assume he got that dark saber from Darth Maul, because in the final seasons of Clone Wars, the good guys took over Mandalore again and got it back. So where'd that dark saber go? And Darth Maul's still in the run. Darth Maul's going to be in season 2. Mark it. Mark it the fuck down. Boba Fett, Boba Big Butt Foot, Boba Fett is their selling point right now on season 2. They don't need to sell anything else, so they don't need to tell you about Maul. But I think it's coming. That's just my educated guess. I'm never wrong, though. Well, one time I was wrong, but that's just because I thought I was wrong, and then I found out I was right, and I was like, oh, guess I was wrong. But you know what I mean? So mostly I'm right. Mostly. Speaking of the Force, how many here, like me, uh, have used the Force in their adult life? Not real used it, but still have tried. All of us. All of us. You can't tell me you've walked. How many? There's no way in this day and age you've walked through every single automated door of your adult life and never went shh and waved your hand and made it seem like you opened it. Get the fuck out of here. You've done it. I know you have. Don't fucking lie to me, you cocksucker. I know you have. I have. Maybe I'm just saying you have so I don't feel like such a loser for doing it, but I definitely have. Now, I've taken it a step further, 'cause I'm pathetic. I'm in the shower the other day. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown ass man. My mama don't cut my food no more. Not at all. Not once. Even when she comes to visit, she don't even try. 'Cause she's know I'm grown. So I need you to know this before I tell this story. I'm a grown man. So I'm in the shower. Grown. Finished up. Amazing shower. Nice and warm. Pull open the shower curtain. Ready to dry off. Fuck! I left my towel on the door. How many of you have done this? How many of you have done the towel dance? Where you try to, like, how many least amount of steps can you make to grab this fucking towel? Can you do one hop? Can you just jump out one leg, grab the towel, pivot, and then jump back into the tub so you only use one leg? Or are you just like a don't give a fuck how much water I get in the floor type of person, and you just get out and walk all nilly-lilly to the door, grab the towel, bring it back, jump in, or do you don't even jump? I jump back in. I'm like, okay, no, less water on the floor, less for me to clean the fuck up. So I just jump back in. Are you the type that would stay out there? You're a piece of shit. Get back in the tub. Don't stay out there dripping all over the place all willy-nilly. Come on now. What's wrong with you? No. I at least try to do a one step, grab, pivot, and jump. But this time, I felt it was in me. I felt like I could do it. You know what I'm talking about. I felt the force, and I reached out for the towel. Come on. Come on. Nothing. Nothing. I'm not going to give up, though. I think it's up there. You just have to keep trying. I'm a grown man. And I'm still trying to use the force. Come on. Hand out, reaching for the towel with all my might. Come on. Fingers stretched. Come, focus. Focus on the towel. All other noises out of your head. Come on, towel. Just shake. Shimmy. Nothing. Nothing. Still nothing. Fuck. So close. Sometimes you feel like you had it. You'd be like, I think I seen it. I think I seen it. But no. But we won't know unless we keep trying, that's for sure. And I'm going to keep trying. We only use, like, they used to say 10. Mythbusters did a thing way back that showed like 20%. They did a bunch of studies with MRIs and threw you in there, watched your brain activity, did a bunch of things all at once, and max effort's like 20%. So what's all the rest for? The force. It's for the force. You just have to figure it out. You just have to keep reaching. Keep trying. I guess that's like anything, I guess. Just fucking keep trying, reaching out, whatever you want to do. Don't settle down. Just because you failed the first time, fuck. Doesn't mean it won't happen the second. Maybe you have to tilt your nose a certain way. I don't know. I'm not here to say, but maybe. I don't know, man. What if? That'd be pretty great. Fuck. Fucking. You know what's not great? Tracking people. Yeah. Tracking people stupid. And unlawful. Just doesn't seem right. Imagine if I picked a group of people and I just tracked them. I'd be arrested. I'd be arrested. But what if I told the cops, oh, I was doing it to make sure they were all safe. I was just going to make sure they didn't fall. If they were going to fall, I would get involved. Or if someone was going to they were just shoot at, I'd be like, hey, you're going to get shot. Run. What if I did stuff like that? What if I was just keeping them safe? Would the cops be like, oh, that's Kay. Yeah, track them. Track all the people you want. As long as you're keeping them safe, should be fine, right? I'm sure you have no malintent underlying. Oh, absolutely not, officer. Just to keep them safe. No, that's bullshit. I get that there's tracking apps basically already. Google, Facebook, basically every app knows when and where you're going. But those motherfuckers want to sell me things. Like, if you can turn those off, okay? You can turn them off, and you're still going to get ads. People think you're not going to get ads if you turn those off? No. The only benefit of them being on is now they can sell me ads to things I'm at least in proximity to. You know what I mean? That's how they track you. They don't give a fuck that you're at a whorehouse with 100 other people having an interracial fucking gangbang, they don't give a fuck. They'd be like, hey, would you like some prophylactics and some 9-inch dildos? Some strap-ons? That's what they would say. Now, if the government's tracking you, it's a little different. Then you're going to get arrested because they want you to stay home. Do you see the difference? One doesn't give a shit what you do. The other wants to control everything you do. That's not like a difference of like, on a scale of differences. That's 1 to 10. That's completely different. That's the complete opposite. So I am totally not concerned with Facebook wanting my camera to post pictures or to use it or whatever. Like, I don't care. That's for my benefit. This other thing isn't. It's for their benefit. The other one's for their benefit too. Don't get me wrong. It's going to happen regardless. And at least with Google and Facebook, it just fine-tunes the ads I'm going to get. Whatever. I just don't want the government tracking me all times. Sure as fuck not. I sure as fuck ain't going to let them give me a chip. Fucking talking about that. Fuck that shit. Fuck tracking. Fuck chips. And fuck vaccines made by guys that shouldn't be making them. And wanting the population to be at 500 million for it to be at its best potential. Those are his words, not mine. 500 million. How would we get there from 7 billion? Almost 8 billion. Must be something. I don't know, man. I'm just talking out my ass. I just don't trust them. Why should I? They've never done anything. Anything good for me. You should hear some of the books I've read of what the government has done. Like factual books, not conspiracy books, factual. Like this latest book I read, this was fucking amazing. This was a seriously good book. Hold on. Chaos. It's a long title. It's a long title. Chaos. Charles Manson, the CIA, and the secret history of the 60s. Holy fuck, what a book. This was full of ripe government just... Wow. I get it, it's American government, but it's government. They don't care. It's the same. As soon as one government finds out what other government can get away with, they're trying to push that shit. Look at China. They get away with everything. Corrupt, like just dictating their people. But they're loyal. So other countries are like, well, how far can we push that before it looks like we're a dictatorship? But anyway, this book. This was awesome. I'm going to give you the gist because you should read this. Just to show you how corrupt this government is. Okay, no. I'll tell you the gist of this book first. This book was dedicated to the fact of Charles Manson. He, if you don't know, he killed some peoples back in the day. He started a family, basically called the Manson family. They did a bunch of acid all the time, fucked all the time, orgies everywhere, and ended up killing a bunch of white guys. And they said they initially said he did it to start a race war because these guys were friends with the Black Panthers. There was a White Panther movement going on at that time to basically be allies to the Black Panthers. Now, that's not what happened. I'm telling you. Read this book. This book is all proof. This guy didn't want to speculate anything. He has actual documents. He has all the statements from police, CIA, everything. So basically, what happened was there was the prosecution happened. This guy, Charles Manson, and his family. The family actually murdered the people. Charles Manson didn't. But back then, even probably still, you can get charged for murder if you're told people to murder. Um, so the prosecutor, Vincent Bugliosi, he actually wrote this book after the fact, Helter Skelter. And it was the number one Charles Manson book in the world until this one came out. And it was the number one. But the fact is, Vince was a cocksucker. And he lied and he was crooked and he would manipulate people all the time. He was well known for it. And he basically played this case out knowing full well he would get a book out of it. And he knew how it would already play. He was an author beforehand, but he's also a lawyer. Very good with his words. And this book, for the first many chapters, is just picking out all the holes in the book and then following it into the details of what really happened. And there's a lot that really happened behind the scenes. And then the last two chapters are the fucking that's the cat's surprise, the big fucking cheese, whatever you want to call it, man. This is where it happens. I'm going to tell you. So, I'm going to give you the fucking breakdown. I want you to read it. But basically, everything comes full circle. This is super fucked. This is all government, CIA. The government had psychologists in place 10 years beforehand working with LSD to do mind control and mind manipulation. And right away you're like, oh, okay then, bud, you're fucked. Listen to this book, read it, do whatever you gotta do. All the proof is there, every bit of it. It's detailed, it's has paperwork, it's all there. He has the notes, it's pretty accurate. The CIA has admitted to it. There's been notes found, government papers actually trying to keep it under wraps. The program was called MK Ultra. MK Ultra dealt in LSD, mind manipulation, and mind control, and trying to insert memories into people's minds that never existed, and remove memories from people's minds. There's lots going on. There's paperwork saying from the government that we have to keep this under wraps from the people, as there's immoral things going on during this testing and the public wouldn't like it. Those government paperworks were found. So they knew, and they knew they were testing on people, and they didn't give a fuck. They encouraged it. They paid this man, Jolly West was a psychiatrist, more and more. This guy worked 10 years before Charles Manson. 3 years into the project, there was notes found saying he did it. 3 years in. 7 years before the Charles Manson murders. What he described in his papers of what he did is exactly what had happened in the Charles Manson murders. He had these ladies pumped up on all this acid. Memories were removed. They had no idea of the actual murders. They were brainwashed into loving Charles Manson. And Jolly West ended up being Charles Manson's psychologist. So there's a bunch of tie-ins. There's also tie-ins that Jolly West was Jack Ruby's psychologist. If you don't know who Jack Ruby is, Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald. Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK, the former president of the United States of America. 1963, November 22nd. I read that book too. Jolly West was Jack Ruby's psychiatrist. When Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald and the police arrested him, he was dumbfounded and confused and didn't know where he was and what he did. That was always an account of the story. But now after reading this, almost all these people are confused and didn't know and went crazy. Within days of Jolly West meeting with Jack Ruby again in the prisons, he went from a sane man to completely insane. Jolly West said there was no hope for him, as if he wiped his mind and made him insane and covered everything up that happened. The CIA was never supposed to be able to perform any operations on United States soil. It's supposed to be all for special operations intelligence agency outside of the country. They perform on their own people. They don't care. The government does not care. They just care about going forward. They don't care about the individuals, the few. They believe in the whole ideal of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That's scary. That's super scary. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't trust them, and I question it. And it's because of stupid things like this that I question it. Why wouldn't I question it? Are you fucking kidding me? Have you read a book? Question your government. Jesus. Both sides, all sides, every fucking person that gets voted in. Just because you vote one way doesn't mean the person that's getting in, even if it's that same party, is a good person and believes all the values of that party. No. Hopefully he doesn't believe all the values of that party and questions some of the things of that party himself, but they don't. They just look out for themselves and play the part and be safe. Fucked. So, my son asked me last night, he says, how many times can a girl hit you before you can hit her back? He said, is it 3 times? Ah, fuck. So I had to answer this in 2020. I've been hit by women. I've been hit by women and probably needed it, but I've also been hit by women way more times and didn't need it, nor warranted. Let me tell you a story. This would probably be early 2000s. Okay? This would be Prince Edward Island. This is a small town I lived in, Summerside. 16,000 people. Maybe less. 13? Let's look it up. So, I lived in Summerside. Now, if you don't live in a small town, you might not get it. But if you do, you'll get it. Whoa, Rowan is really picking up this week. Um, in a small town, you don't got much to do. So there's a lot of drinking. A lot. It's 14,000, almost 15,000 PEI. It probably was 13,000 when I lived there, or less. So you do a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, but we do a lot of public drinking. You hang outside, one parking lot, and that's where everyone gathers. Sometimes there'd be the sober driver. They'll spin around the circle of the block downtown and then just come back, and then that's it. But that's what happened for years. That's what happened for years. Okay? So this was like any other night. I have liquor. I'm going in downtown. Oh my god. So I'm going in downtown. I got my pint. So a pint back home is a Mickey here. Even though it doesn't work out mathematically, that's just what we called it. We called a pint a Mickey. Called a Mickey a pint. Whiskey? Doesn't matter. I get in there. No one's there. Fuck. Boring. Start drinking anyway, because true champ. You know how I do. Finally, this girl shows up. Not going to mention any names. Honestly, I think she's passed away now. But we're going to tell the story anyway because it happened. As a man doesn't like to drink alone because it's rude. And it's funner to get other people drunk. I shared my liquor. That's how I roll. So I'm sharing liquor with this chick. No big deal. Nothing's going on. We're just shooting the shit. Just wanted to hang out. She knows this is where people hang out. We're just all hanging out. I've talked to her before. Not a big deal. So anyway, at this time, I'm seeing this other girl. Not a big deal. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sharing a drink. Just waiting. This is what we've always done. This is nothing new. It's not sketchy. Finally, this car shows up. 4 people. The girl I'm seeing, she's in the back. I'm like, okay, here. This girl I'm seeing. I was like, I'll talk to you in a little bit. And so I go over. I'm talking to this girl. All of a sudden, this first bitch starts losing it. What the fuck do you think you're doing? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm talking to my girl. I thought I was your girl. I was like, what? No, bitch, you know, we were just sharing a drink. No, you've been seeing me for the last 6 months. Bitches are fucking crazy. I'm like, no, you're fucking nuts. Anyway, back to the story. This bitch starts running after me, chasing me around this car. I can't remember if she hit me first or after I started running. But no, she popped me right in the mouth. And it's probably the best shot of a straight shot to the mouth I've ever gotten. And trust me, I've been hit a lot of times in the mouth. Weird. But she got me good. And I'm like fucking freaking. And I was just like, what do I do? That's why I must have started running. I was like, fuck this. What do I can't hit a bitch. And so, what do? These guys are laughing at me on the inside of the car. They lock the fucking car doors. And, yeah, not cool. Not fucking cool. It's funny after, but good thing I can run. I run a little bitch. Fuck that bitch. Passed away or not. At that time, fuck it. If she is, well, rest in peace. But crazy, man. Bitches be crazy. So, I've been hit. So, when Lincoln asks, how many times does it take for a girl to hit you? Okay, this is what I'm going to say. He asked if it's 3 times. That's too many times to be hit by anyone to stand there and take it. That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard of. This is 2020. We're equal. Now, I'm not suggesting he fucking clock a woman. I'm not. There's a definite advantage of a man hitting a woman. Unless she's fucking twice his size, and it's a different story. But most of the time, a woman's smaller. Let's get real here. So, am I suggesting he hit her woman back after the first time? No. What I am suggesting is you grab that bitch and you trip her slowly and just gently lay her to the ground as best as you can and get the fuck out of there. And that's it. That's your best solution. That's your best solution in 2020. You don't want to hit nobody. But if you can just grab her and just it's everyone's seen that she hit you. You just lay her down slowly, and everyone knows that you're trying. Because you can just grab her probably and tighten her arms to her side and just be like, "Bitch, just lay down," and then just get the fuck out of there because there is no good, and especially in 2020, of ever gonna come of hitting a woman. It's worse now than ever because everyone's got phones and it's gonna look like something. So that's why I said if you just lay her down, and then even in a video, it'd just be like, oh, he was just helping her lay down. He was just a good guy. He was just helping her lay down. She looked tired, and he just wanted to help her lay down. So just make sure when you say it, you be like, shh, you're so tired when you lay her down, and then you're covered. It's perfect. And then get the fuck out of there because there's no business of a man hitting a woman. That's for damn sure. Unless she's like 600 fucking pounds and she's beating on you, you come on to her. Fuck it. Whatever. It's 2020. You want to be equal. Fuck. Don't hit people. Fuck. Crazy. I thought it was sound advice. But. Fuck. Woo! What we got going? Yeah, okay. Well, looks like we fucking crushed out another episode, boys. I love it. I love it. I love doing it. Love fucking hearing from you. Keep your comments rolling in. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, rate, review on any podcast platforms. 5-star that shit. Bell on YouTube. Get your notifications right away. Yeah, man. Helps me, helps you. Be a good time. Before we go, someone wrote in and asked me to give them a shout out. So, Mr. Todd, here's your shout out. It's good to see you. Good to see you in good health. And hope you're enjoying the show, buddy. What's for the rest of you guys? Hope you have a good week as well. And just don't fucking don't panic. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All right, get the fuck out there. Peace.